It feels like I haven't done a video in weeks. I looked back on my YouTube channel. I think it's been 2, almost 3. I'm so sorry. I do miss vlogging so much. In fact, I have so much filmed, but I got sick again. And let me give you a quick recap of what I've been up to. But for those who are new here, I am Jasmine, creator and founder of Onya'e Naturals. I work full-time, but I also own this small business, and I make concrete vessels and candles on top of that. From my last video, I had just dropped off a large order of 292 concrete candles. I was very happy, and I was getting over a cold that took me out for a couple of days, which hindered my time of dropping off the products. But I did it. That was done, right? So then I finished a Lego set and I attended a really cute sweet market, and I'll talk more about that later. And then vacation. My partner and I always try to take a trip in October if possible. So we went, had the best time ever, got back. Guess who got sick again? Me. So either my vitamin C levels are low, or I need to drink more water, or I just need to take better care of myself. Probably all of the above. And I also need vitamin D. Living in the PNW, the sun is not out as much unless it's summer. So all that, and it's just when you're sick and when you own a small business, it's just hard to do everything. I was able to complete orders, I'm very responsible, don't get me wrong, and I worked even. I still have some sick time left, but it forces you to sit still and heal and rest, and I needed to do that, and I'm glad I did. My partner's really good at relaxing. We just watched movies. I finished 2 books. I can't wait to talk to you about that. I'm a big reader, and I'm not trying to sell or influence. Well, actually, with reading, yeah, please read. I'm a big reader. I hope you read too. But I just love talking about books. I normally read 20 books a year. This year, I'm around 10. But I was able to focus on some other hobbies that took me off my phone, that took me off the computer, and it was really great. So maybe a blessing in disguise. But I miss vlogging, and vlogging sick is not cute. I did try. I did, I swear. I had this whole video. I was downstairs in the basement. I was talking about supplies, but I looked horrible. And I think a viewer would probably be like, are you okay? You don't have to do this. I also took some notes because it has been a while, and I feel when you first start talking to the camera, when you make vlogs, you're it's awkward and cringe. So I'm just let me get back into it. First, let's have some coffee. Let's have some coffee, and I'll be back. All right, coffee is here. We can begin. Cool. So when I was filming this video, there were some changes I wanted to make from the last one I did before I got sick. And I want to answer some questions that you guys often ask me and put it in this video. So while I'm updating you on what I'm working on, what's to come, and showing how I make things, I figured what a great time to provide some supply details. So for example, when I touch on the current project I'm working on, I can share the materials and list it on the screen, list some resources that helped me, and hopefully that helps you. I did stop checking my business Instagram DMs because something about owning a small business, folks think they're entitled to know everything and how you started, all your resources, all your formulas. I'm self-taught, so if I could do it, I do believe you can too, and Google is free. So I did put that boundary, but I am happy to share general resources because I taught myself because folks took their time to educate. And I learned from YouTube video people, I learned from Reddit, I learned from TikTok, and I joined Facebook groups. I hate Facebook, but the groups are amazing, and I ask questions because that's where you should ask questions, in forums, not someone's personal DM unless you have a rapport. People I have a rapport with, hit me up. A pen or pencil, take some notes, and whatever I don't talk about in the video, feel free to ask. So let's get into it. So earlier this week, one of the coffee shops that I make candles for, he and I connected, and we are going to create a small batch of special candles in time for the holidays. And this particular candle is gorgeous. I love it because it's marble and I get to be creative, and each one is one of a kind, no two are alike, all that good stuff. And this is the concrete candle. And I say concrete, but it's actually, this particular one is Hydrostone and the company of concrete. Hydrostone, I get it from Amazon. I highly recommend checking them out. I love it because I can mix certain colors. I do have a cement of the brown, but the particular marble style is just easier for me to do with Hydrostone. And I absolutely love this. Pigment I get from Direct Colors. Write that down. They have hundreds of colors to choose from. Look on the website, find the color you like, and I just absolutely love this. I just love this combo. We have 12 made. We're going to start small, and I'm going to use Wooden Wick from them. Wooden Wick for this candle. Mixie, they have a patent, so I use them. But yeah, it's going to be beautiful. I love when we can collaborate, come to an agreement on blends, and then I like do my beaker magic and mix them, and it's just so fun, and I can't wait to show you how it looks in the coffee shop once I'm done. These will be soy candles, and I'm going to share the process of how I made these jars. It's a small batch, so I'm just doing 12. I had someone recently, they were like, who makes your jars? And I'm just like, me. Like, I thought this YouTube proved that, but yeah, I do production, I seal, I wick, I do the candles, I do everything. And when I do need help with things, I delegate tasks to some friends who are down to help and help me pack boxes for markets or orders. But I make this, so I figured why not I show a little clip of how I do it. Super easy. I do have another video showing how to make vessels, so if you do need to look at that, please know that's already made ages ago. But I'm going to show how I made it, how I demold, and I hope it helps you guys. So while I yap a bit, let's wick some concrete vessels that I have completed, and I can just go over the next lesson. I have my wicks already like with the metal on it. I highly recommend doing that ahead of time because it saves you time for when it's time to make candles. And here are the wick stickers that I use. And that stamp I mentioned by Zazzle, it's right here. I love them. I've used them for years, and you can get ink too. So, and the bumpers, this is how they look. And each one comes with 400 pieces. And don't forget, I use 4. Some people use 3, but I use 4. So this is my I like to call this just my wick container. Okay, so now we have those preps. See how fast that was? Califia Candle, she's amazing. Jai from Up 5 Candle, he's amazing. They have YouTube channels where they educate and talk about this stuff. And Jai has a formula that you can plug your numbers in, and it's that easy. It is that easy. And as someone who hates math, despises it, it was easy for me. And now I just go off my formula, I write it down on note paper, I'm good. Alan from Earth Glow, such a sweetheart, and I'm in their Patreon group. I have been doing this for years and I respect their craft. I am a member, costs like a cup of coffee, super affordable, and he shares really helpful things and formulas and ingredients and tips and tricks. And I pay for that because I respect his craft. I use 100% soy. There are times I use coconut soy. I do love coconut soy, but not always. I just love the texture of soy 464. I know people like, I don't know, soy has a bad rep. I think because a lot of people, when they learn how to make candles, they gravitate to soy wax. I have tested others and I like soy. I don't need to use apricot. I don't need to use coconut. I like soy. I heat my wax up to 185. That is not a secret. That's what most of us do. And I stir for 2 to 3 minutes. Sometime I do a full 3. I just get in the habit. I set a timer on my phone because you eventually can like know when 2 minutes is up, but let's be safe than sorry. I set a timer and then I pour my fragrance oil, and then I personally wait till the wax cools down to 115, 120 because this is either hydrostone or cement, and if it's too hot, it can mess it up. I have done that. It is embarrassing how quickly it can burn. And some can say that's not true. Go for it. If you want to pour it super full blast heat, I'm not here to tell you what to do. But what I do is pour while it's cooler, and my candles are fine. I personally like pouring when it's cooler. I pour slow. It helps prevent air bubbles. You don't want air bubbles. But guys, if you get air bubbles, it's not the end of the world. Just heat it with a heat gun. I use my pourer I get from Amazon. It's like that batter metal thing. I'll plug it up here. And I absolutely love it because it helps me not spill. I just get over and like pour it right here. I can spill. The only time I don't spill is if it's like at the bottom and I'm able to like pour without it dripping. More about candles. So blends, fragrance oils. Check out Brambleberry, check out Candlescience, check out Black Tie Barn. Love them. And they helped me when I taught myself how to make vessels. While we're at it and still doing this, I have about a few more. Silicone molds. I'm often asked about this. I use Martin Craft Labs, I use Bo and Nicole, I use Amazon, I use Google. Alibaba, I have not used them yet. No shade, I just haven't. I just don't think of it, but they are an option that I've seen people use. Find the modes that you like, you know. I have about 15 modes, but I self-taught myself in 2022. It is 2025, almost 2026. Obviously, over the years, I've brought more. I didn't just sit down and buy 15. So over time, you will find the amount you need. And even then, when I'm making like small batches, I'm not always making 15 in a row. Guys, I work full time, you know, just gotta do what I gotta do. And cement, I use cement all. I don't know if I mentioned that already. If I did, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. And candle making is already saturated. Now concrete candle is, so, I don't know, try to be creative. I'm just really big advocate for that. Okay, So I failed to mention, and I'm about to talk more about it, is markets and market supplies that I feel might be helpful for you guys as well. So I've been asked, how do I get into markets and how I find them? And I use Instagram. We have like events around town, a lot of market events, like hundreds of options. And I recommend just going to ones in your town, see how you like it. Do you think customers will be willing to buy your product? I've done markets where it didn't do well because there weren't my type of customers. And I have markets where I do really well and I want to keep going back. The one I really wanted to do this year was Cafe Oli. I love them so much, and I was part of their markets 2 years in a row. But this year I won't be doing it because I'm doing the Portland Bazaar in December, and this is a 2-day back-to-back event. Or else I'll do that one. There's another one I did last year that I'm not doing this year, and I'm really bummed. But I hope to like stop by. You gotta learn your timing. This takes time to make, so plug that in. And Instagram is the best, but I always reach out either through there or email and just put my name out there, put myself out there. And if I see an Instagram post and they're like, hey, we're doing a market, sign up, try it. I don't, only time I ask around about a market is if it's one I've never heard of before. So then I ask friends like, hey, are they legit? Are they, can we trust them? But other than that, I kind of just wing it. So prep and materials for markets. For my table runner, I use Vista Prints, love them. And for my labels, I use Leap and Lizards, love them. How did I find Leap and Lizards? I follow another candle maker on Instagram, and she posted about it, and I was like, I'm gonna try, and I did, and I think they're absolutely amazing. Online Labels is another. They're dope. They have got me through some hard times. They were the first label brand I discovered back when I was in college. I loved them. And Avery. I don't use Avery much. Sometimes their printing confuses me. Some interfaces I'm just like, what? But they are dope and they have a lot of options. Those are the labels. As far as packaging goes, for my new custom boxes, I use No Issue or I use my box printer. I've mentioned this many videos. Highly recommend No Issue though. They're like the top. The boxes, they didn't ship that long, I'm not gonna lie. They lost my tissue paper, but the tissue paper is dope. So I'm gonna be using them again. And my box printer, I did have a little awkward bad interaction, but because I was speaking to someone who was new and they kept adding things on that they didn't tell me the first time around, so someone higher than them continued helping me, and their boxes are dope too. Okay, banner. So for my banner, I also use Vistaprint, and I have like two with them. Love them. Vistaprint's just dope. Like, I recommend it. I had misordered a big banner, as I've posted about this in the videos ago. It was quite embarrassing, but quite funny. And the Vistaprint person I spoke to gave me a discount and helped me with the proper size, and that was just so sweet. I love their service. I think they're great people. So Vistaprint all the way. Shopping bags, Vistaprint or Race to Print. Print. Race to Print is international. Vistaprint might be too. I don't know, but I know Race to Print, it comes from China. I don't care where my stuff comes from. Just be a good business, have good customer service skills. I will support you. And I do love their shopping bags as well. Vistaprint does have premium bags though, and the bags are like really big. I've shown those as well. Love them. And customers love shopping bags. Oh my God. I used to be like, when I started doing my custom boxes, I'm like, should I bring them at the market? Are people gonna like them? But I think people really love the shopping bags because they're walking around with your branding and people start asking questions. I got some customers at the August Portland Flea because of my shopping bag. Highly recommend it. So give it a chance. You know, you don't need to buy a lot. Just try it out. See how you like it. Especially the tissue paper. So at markets, I now put the candle on the tissue paper. Folks love that. It's personal. It's like wrapping a Christmas gift. As far as postcards go, let me show you. So for like fall and winter, oop, for like fall and winter, I use these. And this is the back, little thank you note. But new ones that I have are these. I think they're just so pretty. Maybe I'll do like a dark fall version. And then I created like some language in the back, a discount code, and it's my icon. People love postcards. And for people who may not want to buy or able to buy at the markets, give them a card. Give them a business card. I use Moo, just like Vistaprint, but Moo is, oof, So good. Their card quality, I love it. So something I'm trying to work on and sharpen are my online sales. I get super busy around the holidays, but I want to get busy year round, and I'm not, simply because I don't advertise. I don't talk about it much. I have a new product. I'm like, all right, there's a new product. Like, I know I got to put in the work. I can't blame anyone. Something I'm trying to do, and for Marcus as well. But I'm thinking, so this is a gift set box from Makesy, and this is for my tiny glass. I do tiny minis because I want a wide range of price points. So I have the big concrete candles, the mini concrete candles, and the glass. And they're super tiny, like, oh my God. So I either put in like this, super cute, or I put it in like this. So, two options. And I'm thinking of doing sets. So, sell 3 at a time. I made these ages ago, and I do want to sell the glass options. They smell amazing and they're different. It sets them apart from the concrete candles. So, what do you think? You know, I'm trying to get like folks to like go online. And if I'm like, here's a gift set, these are the blends, I'm hoping that's attractive. It's tough. I'm just trying to be a little creative, but I have no issue selling these individually. Like at Dear Sandy, the market that I did, they did pretty dang well. For folks who didn't want to spend a lot of money, but they want to support me, I want folks to be able to, I want everyone to be able to buy a candle. So that's something I'm thinking about doing. We'll see. I did try to fit the concrete, these are my concrete minis to give you perspective. Look how tiny. It's not the same. It's like a big mini, a super tiny. I'm thinking of putting a logo, but make it easy to move so folks can reuse the box, because I think it's absolutely stunning and folks should be able to reuse it. So that's something I'm thinking about adding. I'm not sure. I'm still figuring it out in the logos and labels, like just trying to stand out. It's really tough. I have a market coming up in November. I'm really excited about it. I've been with them before and it did pretty good. So I'm happy to be going back before holidays. I'm hoping it's even busier. So I'm thinking about having the sets done by then. So we'll see. I think that'd be fun. And then by then I can see how well it does. And then I'll put them online based off that. And so for December, the one I mentioned, Portland Bazaar, I did a video on that recently. It's probably one of my best times ever. It's back to back. And I for sure have some stuff planned. These, I have a new wooden kiosk. I cannot wait to show you. I keep mentioning it, but I will at least share a pic. And I'm excited about that, so I can be a little bit more official and have a new layout. And I'm thinking about getting another stand to hold my minis. So like the big concrete candles will be laid out on the table in a nice minimal fashion because I don't want to fatigue the buyer. And then I'm thinking about my minis will be on the displays that I have. Displays are Wilderness on Etsy, or get a different type of stand that's like, that stands tall. I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm not trying to overwhelm, but those are just some ideas that I have. I'm super excited, and I'm like, I say I have a bin's worth, but I need at least 2 or 3 more because holidays are super busy, and selling out is cute, but you want to like have enough so that, you know, folks were able to buy and you didn't just like make enough. So now we're gonna seal the vessels that I do plan on bringing to markets. This is my classic. I learned how to make this one from Calafia Candle Co. Bree's amazing. She's not making concrete vessels anymore at the time, but I learned a lot from her. And I'm thinking about bringing the blends that I'm making these vessels for. Palo Santo, that's a popular one. I love that. Black tea geranium, super popular. In fact, that is what this one is. It's super cute. Here's the dust cover as well. I forgot to mention Makesy, but it's expensive, so I'm trying to think of cheaper ones. But this is my vessel that I use for the black tea geranium. Smells amazing. People love it. So I'm gonna do a big version and a small version of that. In addition to that, cypress blend, also a Fraser fir blend, and strawberry blend. I know you're like, what? I know it's the holidays, but I'm trying not to just be too on the nose. I might even have a pumpkin option or two, but I'm just trying to stand out and have my own things that work for me. And so far it's done pretty good. and I just want folks to remember a certain scent and associate it with me. Like my tomato gardens, people love that, and I'm gonna make that one for forever. I put that in my crimson vessel, and I thought about doing a blood orange mix, but I keep that for the stores that I'm in, like the big one. So for markets, I kind of want to stand out, and some customers did suggest that I have minis of the big ones that I make. It's just that sometime, for example, this, I don't like how it looks as a mini. It looks a little plain, but maybe folks, I don't know. I'm gonna try to give what the folks want. And don't get me wrong, there are gonna be some, that's how that looks, minis that I don't have of the big ones because I want the minis to stand out. I want the minis to be their own line. So for folks who don't buy big ones, I want them to have their own special blend. So that's why I kind of keep it separate, but I don't want to confuse people either. So this is how, and it's like, that's how that looks. It used to be thinner, but I guess it wasn't working for a lot of people. It worked for me, but it didn't work for a lot of people, so she made it a little thicker. But yeah, I love this stuff. Okay, y'all, that was fun. I hope that was helpful. Whatever I missed, please ask. I'm happy to do another video. The next video, I will be making candles and all that good stuff. We got a lot to work on, trust me. So much has happened behind the scenes, and I just need to remember to take the camera out and film. But I hope it helps, and thanks for being here. Thanks for your patience. I took so long, but I'm trying to take care of myself, drink more water after this coffee. I have to have a vice. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.